I'm super crazy about Japan, and I was dreaming about it like for 5 years. And I got lots of invitations to Japan, but because of COVID, I was unable to come here.
昔からなんかすごく日本に興味を持ちまして、もうかなりハマりまして、なんかもうやっと来れるで、5年前からなんか何回も誘われましたけど、なんかやっと来れると本当に嬉しいです。So your first impression after actually arriving?
My first impression was that it is a literal happy dream. Like,
最初の印象はなんか自分が実際夢で見たようなものがなんか現実になりました。
Like this is the essential of all the best things I previously knew about Japan, and this is a miracle.
今まで日本についていろんなことを聞きまして、それでなんか実際思ったことはなんか思った以上のことをなんかすごく目の前に見れるので感じれるのでもう本当に奇跡のように感じます。
I don't have enough words to describe what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling the constant huge happiness, and I never felt this before. That when every second of your life you're super happy.
言葉はなんか足りないと思いますけど、もうすべての瞬間なんかものすごく嬉しく感じてますね。今までの人生でこっちの方で期待したものがなんか現れていると感じます。
No, there is no difference. Like I'm used to romanticize life, so I was thinking that will be something like an anime, and that's it.
でも全く想像した通りのところで、昔なんか頭の中にアニメを描いてて、それは広島でのこと、場面を表してたで、もう本当に自分もその世界に入りましたと感じている今。
I think from very young age, because in Ukraine we had Seramu on TV, and also Pokemon and so on. So I was in love with this series, and that's how it started. But then,
okay. じゃあ最初のきっかけはやっぱり若い時に日本のアニメをなんかウクライナで見られましたですね。まあポケモンともう一つ、What was the other one? Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon. How old were you when you watched Sailor Moon?
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
どのキャラクターが好きなんだろう。
Yeah, which character do you like in Sailor Moon?
I love Usagi because I'm very like her, and I'm also super emotional about everything. So.
すごい自分もこの主人公すごい似てるって感じ、なんかすごい感情的なところもあります。
ストーリーも好きというか。
So did you like the stories? So did you, in addition to the characters, did you also like the story, the plot lines that they actually showed?
So the plot lines are quite similar in every episode, but this is a very warm feeling when I see it now, because it's something from childhood. So I definitely love to watch it when I'm sad. So.
Okay, and まあストーリーの流れとかもやはりみんな似てたですね、同じような流れで、だけどそれももちろん好きだったけど、今大人になって落ち込んだ時になんかそれを見るとなんかちょっと元気が出てですね。
When I was 12 years old, my parents gave me an iPad for my birthday, and that was a program for stop motion, and that's how I started. I made short episodes with dolls, with Barbies, and then I realized that everything I want to do is making cartoons, because I don't want to have like a ordinary job and so on. My parents were super angry, but
そうですね、12歳の時は最初のきっかけですね。なんか誕生日に iPad をお父さんとお母さんからもらいまして、でそれで自分のバービーの人形とかそういうものを使ってなんかコマ撮りストップモーション、英語でなんかパシャパシャパシャとか
Puppet animation.
I think コマ撮り
とか言いますよね。ストップモーションとも言うかもしれない。
ストップモーションとも you can say that in Japanese. で、それからなんかもうアニメ作るしかないと思って、でそれもやはりお父さんとお母さんはちょっと反対の意見がありましたけど、それを職業として、でもそれ以外のことは全く考えてないですね。
Yes, because also I was a very bad student in school because I was drawing a lot and just doing animations, and I'm super bad in math and some things like this. So after middle and high school, I went to Ukrainian University of Cinema and Television.
ですね。やっぱりどうやって説明すれば、なんか学校でこの科目はあんまり得意ではないで、もう常になんか自分は何かのものを描いてたので、数学は特にダメだったですね。で、それで高校から卒業するときに映画関連のことを学習するためにウクライナにあるそれ専門の大学に入学しました。
My opinion is there is no such words to describe how awful and how tough it is. It is a pure genocide of Ukrainian nation.
これは大虐殺、自分の国民と自分の国の人たちの大虐殺と感じています。
Right now we also have a nuclear threat because of Russia occupied one of our huge nuclear stations, and this is the biggest station in the Europe.
それとその上に今ロシアがなんか原子力を作るところのウクライナの一番大きいところを侵入したので、そういう核関連の心配はやはり今あります。
And this catastrophe can be even bigger than Chernobyl and Fukushima, right?
何かの問題が起こると、なんか以前のチェノブイルで起こった事故と福島よりも大きいものが起こる危険性は今あります。
So I don't really know how to describe my feelings because it is just a huge grief for Ukrainians and also for the rest of the world because it is harmful not only for us.
これはなんか実際なんか考えてもなんかどうやって自分の感じていることを説明する、自分の悲しさを説明するのはなかなかできない。なぜかウクライナの人にとってすごい悲惨なことけど、それだけではなくて世界中の人にとってすごく大変なことになりそうですね。住んでいるところはキエフとなんか地元の方が you're actually from you live in Kiev?
Yeah, like my hometown.
Your family is?
Yeah, my hometown. My family is in the middle of Ukraine in Kremenchuk.
Can you say the name really slow? Maybe you could write it for us. これはなんか
キーウが
じゃあキエフの方に住んでますけど、家族はみんなウクライナの中心部に住んでる町で、こういった町ですね。So how far is that from Kiev to your hometown?
Like 3 hours
by car.
By car.
3 hours by car.
3時間っていうことは、そんな直接的になんとかダメージがあるっていうわけです。
Is there any direct damage on your family's hometown?
So if we will compare to other cities, for example, like Mariupol or Kharkiv. So we have no damage at all in Kremenchuk, but we had some bombings, like 32 bombs in one place. Rockets, to the oil factory. We have huge oil factory, and also there was a rocket to a shopping mall. It was just a threat. It was a terror. So it was even more terrible than when they are bombing some plants and some oil stations and so on.
They're threatening actual people.
But
just explain that.
Yeah.
これなんか比較的に言えば、やっぱり東の方とか、マリウポリのところは本当にそれほどではないけど、それにしてもなんか31、2回に攻撃されてた、なんかロケットに攻撃されて、石油工場がなんかもう攻撃を受けて爆撃だったですね。で、あとなんか普通のショッピングモールのところも人が there was no one in the shopping mall when it was attacked.
No, there was thousands of people. Lots of people.
Was there just a bomb placed or was it a rocket attack?
It was a rocket, and lots of people died, and the shopping mall is completely burned, and that was just made to kill people.
脅迫のためと前おっしゃってですね、脅迫のためでこれ以上できるとか言えるように、ロシア側がなんかこれ以上の攻撃ができるように一回だけすごい大人数の人をなんか殺した、なんか買い物中に人を殺したとか。でもこれ比較的に戦争に関わってないと言える、それにしてもすごく攻撃を受けたと思います。
Now I'm based in Kiev, but in the beginning of war I was in a small town near Kiev, which was occupied by Russians, and we managed to escape only
when they were entering, was it? When the Russians were entering, did you escape or after they entered?
No, after they entered, and it was like a 10th day of war, or I don't know. Because this area they occupied very quickly. Like in the first days they were almost here, and after that we escaped to Western Ukraine, and then to my hometown, and then back to Kiev, because Kiev was not that safe previous month, but now it's getting better. So, but it's still not that safe. But in comparison with other cities, it's more safe.
Okay. ちょっと繰り返していきます。前はなんかキエフじゃなくてキエフのすぐ近くにある小さな町に住んでて、でそれで戦争が始まって10日目頃にロシア軍に侵入されて、で自分もなんか侵入された時にその町にいました。で逃げて、まずはなんかウクライナの西部の方に逃げて、その後実家に帰って、でちょっと安全になってきてからキエフに戻ってきた。まあ安全といってもそこまで安全、まあこっちみたいな安全と言えないですね。
支配されたっていうのは
支配されて、なんかSo the Russian military, how did you get out if the military was there?
There was
a
church.
What do you mean by they are occupied? Did they get the local government building? How did they occupy?
No, it is so complicated to say in English, but there was a couple of small cities, and they entered some of them, and the city I was in was in the middle, and that's why like they were fighting with the Ukrainian army all the time. Yeah, and there was no way to escape from there. But then, or maybe you will, and then I will explain.
最初に言ってなんかすごい複雑、英語でこれ説明してすごく難しいとおっしゃいます。
そうですね、ごめんなさい。
で、一つの町ではなくてなんかいくつの町を一気に支配して、自分が行った町はその中心にあった。で、それでその周りの町で、やはりウクライナ軍と戦いがあった。なんかその真ん中にいるから、ちょっとだけなんか逃げる危険性が、可能性があったけど、逃げるなら、ちょっとなんか戦ってるところをなんか通る可能性が高かった。So, with the fighting going around and you're in the middle of it, how did you get out?
So, there was a church which, like, we had no idea how to escape. But one day I found out that there is a church which makes rare evacuations. Like if you have a car, you can go there in the early morning and they will give you a sign where you have children, like they write children on a sign and you place it on your car. But it isn't helping, but everyone was like hoping that it will help that like children in the car. But Russians don't mind it. They kill everyone, children, adults, old people.
Okay, ですね、教会がありまして、その教会の中の人たちはなんか逃げれる活動をなんか行ってて、でそれでなんかもうとりあえずその教会に行って車に子供がいるというなんかもう印をなんか外に出して、それでなんかもしかしたらこれがあれば攻撃受けないけど実際全く効果ない。ロシア軍はなんか子供でもおじいちゃんおばあちゃんでも女子でもなんか誰でもいいなんか普通に殺そうとした。子供が車に行ってなんか無事になんか逃がしてくれると思ってたけど、そう簡単になんかできなかったですね。
So and then so some days this evacuation corridor was like people were coming, but they were saying no, it is not safe to get out. So people were just waiting. And one day we came and they said that there is only one road left that we can ride, and all this huge queue of cars went to this road. And after we left, in like half an hour, this road was closed, and nobody else couldn't get out with a car. So
that was, you managed to get out and then it was closed?
Yes, and other people should get out by train, but then the train was also bombed, and then by broken bridge, but then the bridge was mined, and they were shooting people, so other ways to get out were super dangerous.
Okay. It's quite a huge impact, so I need to explain a little bit about it. それなんか逃げられる道はなんか一つぐらいの道路しか残ってなかったで、なんかそれでなんか今出ていいとか出ちゃいけないとか、そういう話はずっと続いてて、でちょうどある朝にもう何日間も待ってて、ある朝になんかじゃあ今行けばなんかすごい車の行列でなんかその一本の道で出てて。で自分が出た30分後くらいにもうなんていう閉鎖されててなんかそっちも通ることできなかったけど自分は無事に出てで残っている人はじゃあ電車で出ようとしてそれからなんか橋を渡って出ようとするともう出れるはず市民が出れるはずところけど日本のテレビでもあってですねなんか電車が攻撃を受けた子供が乗ってたとか、そっちの電車が攻撃を受けて結局電車で出る人は出ることはできなかったで亡くなった人がすごいいっぱいいてそれでその橋を渡ろうとする人なんかロシア軍が待ってた普通の市民を殺したその話で爆弾を なんかあちこちに置いて、でも自分がもう30分後ならなんかその道路で出ることは不可能だったから。
My family is safe. My boyfriend lost his house. Russians burned it down till the ashes, and some of my friends are fighting now. Some of my relatives are also fighting in hotspots now. There is a city, Bakhmut. This is the most hot point, and my uncle is there. So
一応家族はなんか安全で、まあその後なんかでも彼氏の家が火災に燃やされたとかロシア軍に。でも家族は安全と言っても、ほとんど友達も安全と言ってもその友達の中に戦いに行って人もいる。で、自分のおじさんもなんか戦いに行って、バフムという町で、すごく戦いが激しいところで、今ですね。Right now they're fighting. で、友達もなんか、
And we define as safe places where no Russian troops, like where no fights. Like if you have not that much bombings in the city, it is like it's safe. Like if you have 2 or 3 in a week, it's pretty safe.
Safe の定義は今となってなんかロシア軍がいないと。まあ、週に 2,3 回しか爆弾攻撃とかなら安全と考えるですね。
Work is the only thing I think which saves me from it, and also I'm in pre-production of a film about the things I survived in Irpin town while in this occupation. So I will reflect it in such film.
自分の仕事はなんかすごい大切。自分の唯一の作りのところ、そっちに集中してて、それ映画の制作の最初の段階で。自分の経験をそっちに取り入れようとするとか、支配された街の話をなんかその映画に取り入れようと今考えてまして、もう第一段階のその制作